day 21 of this meditation. And I really had to sit with this because it's almost like it feels like the cherry on top of what has been building over these last few days of people having realizations, reality of us coming out of the novelty of what we were in, of quarantining and isolation, and it not being novel anymore. And last night I watched a woman give an emotional story about how she was in a coma and she actually gave birth while in the coma. And her and her baby are fine, and it was amazing. Let me just make sure she's having a meltdown. And she said at the end of her interview, she said, rejoice. I'm just rejoicing for being alive. I'm just rejoicing for being alive. And she was in a coma for a long time. And that's what is our segue into today's meditation. Because I think it's really charming and easy to be joyful when everything's functioning and in ease. I think it's thank you. It's really easy to be joyful when everything's light. But it is finding the way to rejoice when things are real and when it's hitting the fan for a lot of people. And you can see the lady on online. I think she was on CBS talking about, just the simple joys. And I want us to get a little, kind of like what my joy is helping people out of the quicksand that pulls them down. Doesn't matter what the situation is. In the last 20 years, if someone's lost a family member, if their business is going badly, if they're going down the rabbit hole of their business partner's done something to them, when we go into shutdown and fear, which I can feel is starting to rise, you lose the ability to be resourceful because you're paralyzed. Or, that's shut down, that's offline, all of those things. Or you go into a kind of catatonic state where there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do. And I have always helped people through that so that the fear doesn't bite into you. And we get through, we're not in denial. And this is the thing I want to really highlight, is we're not in denial of what's happening. But we're rejoicing, that's the word, in the revelation of the clarity of what you need to do. Or maybe what you have known you've needed to do all along. Rejoicing in having to brainstorm now with some people. And I want to make kind of rejoicing a little bit more gangster. Because it's always been in this kind of joyful, blissful, yay, exuberant state where sometimes when people are in a place of being shut down and paralysis, it's really difficult for them to entertain that. So I would like for us to reestablish, reset, renew the joys with a Z at the end, joy, to rejoice. And also even rejoice at the realizations that we're having around maybe even some people that are letting you down right now. Ooh. Rejoicing in seeing that that's not the person that I want to walk on this path with. Rejoicing in, you know what, that's not really what I want to do with my life. I've got a little bit deeper. We've all got a little bit deeper in what does it all mean? And the woman said, who had given birth in the coma, her quote was, "Life is so short and it's so precious." And anyone will tell you that who has someone in hospital on a ventilator. They would swap with you in a millisecond. So when we go down the rabbit hole of fear, we start to shut down the imagination, which is resourcefulness, our ability to tap in to being resourceful. And it doesn't restrict us. And when we rejoice in being alive, we rejoice in having a glimmer of hope. You know, when people get lost in these, there's been a few people that have been rescued from, deserts or jungles of Costa Rica for days, and they just rejoice when they come out. And that they want to live. And they're trying to survive. And maybe some of you are feeling that right now, that have had to shut your businesses, that have had to adapt, that have had to lay people off. Or maybe you're one of those people that have been laid off. I want you to rejoice in what your intuition is telling you at this time that you have to bring forward, that you have to be fearless. The rejoicing in the revelation of clarity. The revelation of knowing what to do now and what not to do, what not to waste your time on, what not to try and make people believe in what you believe in. It's a lot of energy. I've never really been into converting people. People's beliefs are people's beliefs until they burn through them and realize that it's not serving them. And the universe, the consciousness has a really great way of awakening all of us, and we're all in different stages of that right now. Even that rejoicing in maybe proving people wrong. About how you're going to do it. To be an inspiration for them. To give them hope. When someone sees someone else doing it, people know it's possible. And we're all mobilizing. There's also something that's going around right now of all the things that we've taken for granted, right? All the things that we took for granted, like, grabbing a coffee, being in line, like waiting to get your coffee with your friend, even your friend being late for coffee. Not being able to go to the getting in that class in the gym, but having other options? Or do you just get fixated that you didn't get in? So rejoicing in how much you love nature, how much you really, really loved going to your classes, going to your hikes, going to the beach, meeting friends. Revelations. Rejoicing in the revelations. Oh, okay. Now I know. And now that I know, I'm not going to waste time with the other stuff. The stuff that I don't enjoy. That I feel in agreement with people that I have to fulfill because I've been coerced into doing stuff that I don't want to do. Or I felt that I needed to please them. That's all out the window. So rejoice in it all being out the window. There is no time anymore to waste, because, as that lady said that had the baby in the coma, life is precious and it is so short. Most people only get that when they have a diagnosis. That's what they tell me. The realizations are immense of how they were living their life before and then after. Creatives have it in a different way. Artists have it in a different way. Their mission, their clarity is more important than anything else trying to hold them back to bring forward what they need to bring forward. Their passion, their compulsion, their calling, whatever it is more compelling than the naysayers. But depending what programs that they have to dismantle, that's what they need to dismantle to be able to live that. And depending where they've come from, it takes a little bit of work. But it's identifying the revelation of it. Oh my God, I can change this. I can change this thought. So, let's go into our rejoicing in a kind of new way. Might not be what you want to see in things and people, but now you have the clarity of what's really important for you. Take a nice deep breath. And then let's just let it all go. Take another one. Maybe you need to make some signs. I know it's disappointing. I know. It's so sad. So sad. But the quicker you can transmute that into, but now I know. So let's go into the Re-JoyZ. It's kind of like that hallelujah moment that we did on Sunday. Hallelujah. Now I know. Hallelujah. Now it's time to activate and go into action. Gives it a whole new meaning, doesn't it? So let's breathe into anywhere that you're feeling tightness. Maybe in your back, your stomach's been acting up, your diaphragm, your worry, you've been getting tension headaches. That's why I'm telling you to hydrate a lot at this time. When you worry, you dehydrate the pineal gland. When the pineal gland's dehydrated, it overproduces histamine. So we want to keep that hydrated right now. So double the amount of water that you're drinking. Even if you're, I don't want it. Those of you that do yoga know this, and those of you that don't do yoga, maybe do some other hiking, mountaineering. My pause and joy, enjoying something is not about ease. The ease is in being resistant free to enjoying sometimes difficult things. I enjoy hiking at 10,000 feet with my dogs. That's another person's nightmare. I enjoy a 3-hour yoga class to get deeper into my self. Again, another person's nightmare. So when I talk about enjoying, maybe just enjoying working this out, maybe just enjoying being that inspiration, and deciding right now that you're going to let your revelation come forward, and rejoicing that it chose you. So with that being said, let's start to breathe into that tightness. Let's go into anywhere that you're feeling tight. Going into the muscle, going into the fascia, did or didn't do, that grip that you have, or something that you're choking. And I want you to go right to the center of it. Whether it's physical, a thought, an emotion. And in the center of it, I want you to see this light, this glimmer of light. And as you start to expand that light, it starts to loosen. Expand that light into being a force of energy. This starts to permeate the grip and the tightness, going past it. Releasing that grip. Expanding that energy further, past the grip, past the tightness, until it dissolves into its own event horizon. Keep expanding it until it pops. Until it returns to where it came from. And for the first time, expression isn't just an expression that life is short. It is true. It is so precious. And feel the rejoicing in that revelation. The joy. The death of unawareness. rejoicing that you are a one-off event. You're a party. That will never be recreated ever again. And rejoicing and valuing this time allotted in this form. Rejoicing in knowing what you want to focus on. The rehearsing is over. Figuring it out in theories is over. You're going to figure it out as you do in real time. Rejoicing in being your authentic self. Maybe for the first time ever. Rejoicing in the truth. Whether it's ugly or revealed, or it's shocking to you. Now you know. Must activate and be and do. Because life is so short and precious. And a present to us all. Rejoicing in how deeply we love the people that we know and each other. how deep we care. Embedding that truth. That you came here to enjoy your experience. Because life is short. You just went up 5 gears. You've just went into super mode. Been super boosted. Rejoicing in your fire within you, the passion, the clarity, the total surrender. To what you're here to be, to do, to give, to contribute. Rejoicing in what matters. As you cycle that in to your cell memory. Anchoring it to the earth, being grounded in what's next, what's now. Feeling confident, feeling brave, feeling an intensity that you've never felt before. grounded in reality. Take a nice deep breath and gently open your eyes. Maybe get a glass of water. You have to trust. Just like I trusted when the word rejoice came through yesterday. I was like, no, it is. But I knew there was some other dimension to it. And it didn't come through till 10:59 a.m. this morning. And a lot of it came through when we were in it there, because we were creating it. Because I'm tapping into all of you energetically and what you need to burn through. And we did. So thank you. Such a blessing to have spent this time with you.